Gay, we are now at the rear of St. Vincent's Hospital.
Yes, and just go back, Stevie, I mentioned that the British Army pulled out of here in 1922, and the hospital remained idle from 1922 to 1930, 8 years, nobody there. It was left. It was hard to explain why. You'd want to read my book because it's so hard to understand.
Now this is a new extension, I presume,
There's
here.
an extension here for the care doc.
Right, okay.
This is where the care doc operates now. When the doctor, you know, out of hours.
Yeah.
They come here and they've built on this extension for him. You know, you go in that door there and he has his own rooms there, and more or less a chemist shop added on there as well for his medicines.
Now, Gay, just over the trees, just outside, at the other side of this boundary, you have Glenview Square. Explain a bit to me about Glenview Square.
Well, where we are standing now was a square for the British Army. All around us were fantastic buildings. Down there were the married quarters of the soldiers. There are new houses there, but beyond that, there's still some houses there. We might get a better
view up here.
Yeah, and they were, and as I said, all of this was a square. But to go back, I was explaining there, Stevie, about the 1922 to 1930. This hospital was empty. The town was divided. They had the workhouse hospital operating up there, and a lot of the townspeople would prefer the workhouse hospital to this hospital. I can't really understand why.
Why is that? You don't know?
The workhouse hospital was very basic. You had a state-of-the-art hospital here. One of the reasons the religion weren't in favour of coming down here. The parish priest said it was too far for the sick to walk up to the workhouse chapel to go to mass. The nuns, going back to what I said already, weren't happy about coming out on the public road because they were in a closed order. But anyway, in 1927, Richard Mulcahy became the Minister for Public Health, and he ordered that this would be the district hospital for Tipperary, and he was going to change the workhouse hospital into maternity. So in June 1930, Dr. Dowling was appointed the Chief Medical Officer of the new St. Vincent's Hospital. Could I just show you, Stevie, just down there, there's a basement there where the kitchen was. The kitchen was down in the basement.
Okay.
And then the first story you had the 21 beds, and on the top story you had 21 beds. And they had a pulley, actually. It was like you'd see in the television upstairs, downstairs. There was a pulley where the meals for the second floor
just to drop down
were shoved up in the chute.
What were standards like back then, let's say, for the staff?
The standards in here,
yeah,
as far as the hospital was concerned,
yes, correct,
were first class. But there was a reason for that. For example, from 22 to 1930, Dr. Dowling had to perform his operations above in the fever hospital in a hut. And he said himself that he nearly blew the place up several times because it was heated by oil. He was using ether, and he said one false move, one match, and the place would go up in fire. And he put it down to the miracle of that not happening was to the prayers of the nuns who were helping him with the operations. They prayed non-stop while people were being operated on. When this opened up, it was state-of-the-art. And Dr. Dowling had such a good reputation, there was a problem created. Everybody wanted to come here. He was an excellent surgeon. For example, in 1 month, Stevie, he performed 18 operations in here.
What was it like doing with anaesthetic?
Ether. 18 operations in here, and there was only 3 in Clonmel. So he had to go to the Reverend Mother and ask her, would you give me more staff, more nuns?
How much of a loss is it now?
How much what?
Of a loss is this hospital to Tiptown?
Well, sure, it stayed open from 1930 to 1987. And then the government decided to close it down in 1987.
Why?
Cost cutting.
Usual.
Yeah. Mr. O'Hanlon was the Minister for Health at the time, and 23 hospitals were selected around the country to be closed down, and this was one of them.
Can we pop in?
Yeah, we'll try and go in now, Stevie.
I know that there's an intercom at the front, so I'm going to let you Maybe just check and see, can we go in if we can? We certainly will do
that.
that.
We'll go into the hall because it's quite busy now, as I said, the care doctor and
well, we won't interfere with him. We'll just go
into
to
the hall, because it's a very busy place. The HSE now has full control of it, and I think every place is quite busy.
I absolutely love those.
Let's see now if we get an answer here and if they give us permission to go in. But hello, it's Gail Lowry here. Can I go in just to see? Yeah, Tom, thanks a million. No problem, Stevie.
Okay, let's pop in.
Let's pop in now. Hello, how are you? We're just making a video. We won't shine it on you. Okay? We just want to see this plaque here.
Okay, you can explain about that plaque to me.
Yeah, this is to commemorate Dr. Jeremiah Dowling. He was the chief medical officer here from 1929 to 1943. He was the head man here, and he really made a great job of it. Of course, with the nuns. There was a nun in charge of every section of it. There was a nun, the matron, I think it was Sister Benedict. There was a nun in charge of the downstairs. There was a nun in charge of upstairs. There was a nun in charge of the laundry. A nun in charge of the kitchen. You can see the crucifix there. That's from the time the nuns ran it. It is down there now, straight on TV is where the daycare centre is, and all the elderly people are there as we speak. I hope they don't hear us, because I know if some of them hear us, they'll want me to go in there. There's an old buddy of mine in there, Jimmy Cunane.
Oh, Jimmy,
If he sees us, Stevie, he'll want to sing, and it's got an awful job to stop him.
Here
we have the stairs going up to the second floor. There was no lifts, of course, in those days. Everything had to be done up the lifts. Down that way now is the care dock.
I been there before for Bert's and
nurses used to be here in this room here, but some of the services that were here have now moved up to. I don't know. It's moved now up to the Tipperary Primary Care Centre.
It is, yeah.
You know, when this place closed in 1987, it was made a daycare hospital, and a lot of the things that were in the dispensary were moved down here. The dentist, the eye specialist, all those things were moved down here. But some of them now have gone up to the Tipperary Prime.
We'll just pop out again, and when we wrap it up, we'll just wrap it up beside the steps. So we'll just move out along again, and we're looking at the features in here, as you can see. So I'm just going to pop out now with Gay again, and we'll just take in the outside, and we'll just wrap up part 2 video of St. Vincent's. So we'll pop out here.
Just press the button there. That you get out.
So Gay's just helping.
It will close automatically.
Gay's just helping the young lady there inside, so that's okay. Gay, we're just going to wrap it up now from outside here at the front of the hospital.
Yeah, as I said,
those trees will never be moved. They're absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's a real winter scene, isn't it?
Isn't it?
These houses are called St. Vincent's Court. The hospital, of course, was called St. Vincent's Hospital. It got its name from the nuns. They originally were above, beside the chapel. They called it St. Vincent's because St. Vincent is the patron saint of charitable works, and they were a charitable organisation, so that's how it became known as St. Vincent's. It's now St. Vincent's Daycare Centre, we call it.
Gay, your book is on sale at Fitzpatrick Printers, Davis Street,
Printers, as I said, we have only done the skim of it, really, Stevie. There's 50 pages in the book devoted to St. Vincent's Hospital. And as I said, the book is still for sale in Fitzpatrick's. It's nearly sold out, but they still have copies of it. It's €28, 288 pages. So you know, it is very comprehensive in everything we're talking about. You know, and just take one more look at it, as you can see.
There it is. I'll just take it now from a distance as we sign off.
As I said, it just gives you an idea, you know, and just to sum up, Stevie, Tipperary town is full of fantastic history. You think of what we're after covering: the workhouse, the military barracks, the hospital. You have Solihull out the road, where the first shots were fired of the War of Independence. You have the best scenery, in my opinion, in Ireland behind us here in the Glen of Aherlow. and we have the best name that one could have, Tipperary. It's known all over the world, you know, and I hope someday that we'll be able to work on it, and you know, I don't think it's exploited enough, our history, you know, so please God, not in my time, but sometime in the future.
Thank you for joining us on TipperaryTown.ie with Ann Hadnett from Patty's Flower Shop, and myself, we're the two that's running the page, and Sharon of course then is also giving us a hand. So again, Gay, it's an absolute privilege to come here today and for you to give us a rundown and the history of St. Vincent's Hospital and the link again with the workhouse. Thank you again for joining us, Gay Lowry.